you in ways unimaginable. When you acquire a global education, when you go out there to acquire that MBA or that MSc, or whatever it is you likely want to study, I can tell you for free that it opens doors of limitless opportunities for you. And for every one of us with a desire to better our outcome professionally, to better our outcome financially, to better our outcome socially, to better our outcome economically, to better our outcome in terms of the opportunities we even give to our siblings, to our family members, to our offspring, or to anyone generally around us. In fact, the opportunities that you are prepared for, even as a graduate that can add value to your economy or your society or your country, everything is all encompassed in the value you get through acquiring a global education, through the acquisition of a global education. And that's exactly what PROCONNECTPAY promises you, assures you, that through our platform, through the funding we provide, you can get access to a global education that will place you on a pedestal that guarantees you can never be stranded as far as getting access to global opportunities is concerned. And for every one of us attending today's webinar, I am pretty sure that we all have a desire, we have an aspiration, we have that need to want to excel in the year 2023. And of course, that desire, that need to excel starts right here. By attending this webinar, getting more information, getting solid information that prepares you for post-graduation opportunities you get. So, like we've told people all through the year, it's one thing to aspire, it's one thing to desire, but it's another thing to be ready to do the work. And the best part about the PROCONNECTPAY platform, the best part about what we do is we work as an incubator, we work as an innovation hub. So it simply means that anybody, anyone that is fortunate to go through our mentoring, our nurturing, the guidance we provide, getting an admission to an American university or a Canadian institution is not difficult, because we coach you on how to get that admission, owing to your work experience, owing to your future aspiration. On top of that, we also make sure that in getting that admission, you also get all of the mentoring, all of the advice, all of the counsel that would ensure that your education achieves the very outcome you want it to achieve, which is you getting quality opportunities, which is you being able to live a life where you can start up your own tech idea or your tech solution post-graduation. So whether your goal is to pursue an innovation, or your goal, of course, is to work in the Global Fortune 500 company, PROCONNECTPAY satisfy that aspiration. PROCONNECTPAY will nurture you, mold you, build you to become any one of these things that you say you want to become. And I can tell you for free that anyone that goes through our platform, anyone that goes through our portal, they know for a fact that, oh, PROCONNECTPAY, I come into this network and I am transformed by virtue of the knowledge, the information we get to pass on to our candidates. So the summary of the point I'm making today is this: if you want to see your life taking that accelerated progress, if you want to see your career taking that accelerated leap, if you want to see your finances becoming far, far, far and way, way better, trust me, acquiring a global education from the United States or Canada is a major prerequisite to see your career blossom in ways unimaginable. And I can tell you for free, you cannot acquire a global education from the US or Canada when you study a commercially relevant course and find yourself stranded when you graduate. It is not possible. There are opportunities, there are jobs. There's network you can leverage upon if you decide that I want to go the innovation way, I want to go the tech startup way, post-graduation. Our job in PROCONNECTPAY is to nurture our candidates, to groom our candidates, to build and mold our candidates. Because like we tell people, for the very fact they are coming to take a loan to study abroad, it means that we view it as an investment. And for every investment, there must be returns on investment. It's not just about paying your loan back, but it's about you also getting quality opportunities that gives you make sense financial outcome. That makes sense financial outcome is how you quantify the fact that yes, this education I've acquired, this education I am acquiring makes absolute sense. That's the whole essence of you wanting to study abroad through a loan. So do not just come here with the mind of kids. No, relocating is good. Relocating is the output you get for acquiring a global education. But take this more or less as an investment into my future, an investment into my potential and what I want to be and where I want to be and the kind of opportunities I want to access. So this is not just a plan to emigrate or to japa, like you say in Nigeria. This is a plan to invest in your future, to ensure that whatever investment I'm putting through the loan I am taking, that investment must pay back well. And it pays back well when you get an excellent job that pays you well per annum. It pays back well when you are able to start up a tech idea, leveraging on the innovation ecosystem, the incubators, the accelerators that each of your universities you will be going to offers to the students. And being able to view the solution to the level and point where you can also connect to institutional funders that are willing to help you get that funding to launch out your idea. Those are the kind of outcomes we measure in PROCONNECTPAY. For some of you, you might not even want to relocate permanently. You go there, acquire that education, come back home to Africa, haven't worked for a year or two in the US or Canada. With that global education, you will discover that the kind of opportunities, the kind of doors that open to you will be totally different because of your global education. So the kind of companies, the kind of places you never thought possible you can work in. You see those guys respecting you, giving you the red carpet treatment, handling you with that fragility. Because why? You have that American or Canadian education. You have that American or Canadian work experience that are bringing back to the table here in Africa. And I'm very sure that for many of us, our major desire to relocate is driven by economic reasons. It's driven by financial reasons. And if that's what's motivating you, trust me, you are totally welcome on our platform. We are very happy to accelerate that vision for you and ensure that the loan you take, which is an investment in your future, must pay back, must return investment in a way that is profitable, in a way that is meaningful, and in a way that guarantees your success today, tomorrow, and in the long run. So we're all welcome to the PROCONNECTPAY Edu FinTech platform. Like you can see, PROCONNECTPAY is an African Edu FinTech company. What we do in PROCONNECTPAY is simple. We have one major goal. And what's our major goal? To simply democratize access to global educational opportunities. To simply democratize access to global educational opportunities for the continent's brightest hope. That's our major goal in PROCONNECTPAY. Democratizing access to global educational opportunities for the continent's brightest hope for high potential individuals of African descent. So for every one of us attending today's meeting, I would love to know. Tell me in the comments, are you high potential? The description I'm giving, the kind of outcome you expect of candidates we are going to fund? Do you think you merit the kind of funding we give? Do you think you are high potential? Do you think you have that potential? If you do, let me know in the comments of this meeting, the meeting chat, that yes, PROCONNECTPAY, I have that potential. I believe so much in what I want to do and my desire to want to acquire a global education. So I am worth that investment. So if you know you are, let me know in the comment section. And of course, in the spirit of getting to know ourselves, it's also very good for us to introduce ourselves in the comment section. So tell me your name, tell me where you're connecting from, tell me the course you aspire to study, and tell me the country you aspire to go to. For key information, tell me your full name, tell me the country or the city you're connecting from in Africa. Tell me, of course, the course you aspire to study. But more importantly, tell me the country you aspire to go to. Share all of that in the meeting chat of this very meeting. Whilst you are doing so, answer that question. PROCONNECTPAY, Elder, I am high potential. I believe in my potential. I know that I am the right kind of individual. I am the right kind of high potential individual you should invest in. So if you know you have that kind of confidence, please clearly state it in the comments of this very meeting. We'll be very happy, of course, to read your introductions and to also read the validity of why, of course, you want us to invest in you. So you can let me know in the comment section. Let me know your name, your full name. Tell me where you're connecting from. Tell me the course you intend to study, and also tell us the country you intend to go to. So I promise you can tell us, of course, where you're connecting from in Africa. You can also tell us the course you intend to study. You can tell us, of course, the country you aspire to travel to acquire that global education. So thank you, Blessing. So you say you're connecting from Nigeria. You aspire to study an MBA, and of course, you're looking at either the US or Canada, and you've clearly stated it. Yes, I am high potential. Yes, I am high potential. I am an high potential candidate that deserves to be invested in. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that intro. Emmanuel, connecting from Lagos, Nigeria. You love to study human resource management in Canada. And of course, you've clearly stated that you are also high potential. I can see Ojo Kazim Adetayo from Lagos. You intend to study an MSc in project management at in the US. You're totally welcome, Adetayo. Hope you can tell us your full details. Hope Agala, please, you can tell us the details. Tell us where you're connecting from. Tell us what you intend to study. And of course, tell us the country you aspire to go to. Adedayo, you're connecting from Abuja. You aspire to study a bachelor's in engineering, in aerospace engineering, and of course, you're looking to study in Canada. Adenikem, you're connecting from Lagos. You would love to study international business strategy, and of course, your goal is to go to Canada. And yes, you've clearly stated is that you are high potential. Promise, you said you would study MSc Business Analytics in Canada. Ademola Sunday, you said you would love to study construction management in Canada. And yes, you are high potential. Thank you so very much, everyone, for all of the introductions. Thank you very much. Gifts, you say you're connecting from Nigeria and you want to study nursing in the US or Canada. Michael, you're connecting from Lagos. You want to study an MSc in digital marketing in the US or Canada. Moneke Chimobi, you're connecting from Lagos, from Nigeria. You want to study cybersecurity in the US or Canada. Lisa Dick, you're connecting from Port Harcourt in Nigeria. You want to study human resource management. And yes, you said you're high potential. Ezra, you said you're also high potential due, of course, to your passion and your zeal towards a common goal. Your name is Olaoye Oyeniyi, connecting from Minam in Nigeria. You love to study mathematical finance and financial technology. And yes, you love to study in the US. And yes, you stated it. You validated that fact that you are also high potential. Okoyemi, please, can we share this webinar link in the OCMT PGD WhatsApp group for those guys that are there, so they don't get to miss out from the information. So please, we can keep the introductions coming. We can keep the introductions coming. Thank you so very much, everyone, of course, for your introductions. Now, I'll move fully into the way our loan works. One key question that every one of us, everyone keeps asking is, okay, Elder, so you've given us the foundation to what PROCONNECTPAY does. You've given us the idea, the purpose, the vision, the mission behind what PROCONNECTPAY is doing. So can we now go to the meat of this issue? What is this loan? What does it cover exactly? What is the interest rate on the loan? Can you also tell us what are the repayment terms on the loan. But more importantly, can you also let us know, how do we guarantee that we can get good opportunities when we graduate? And of course, what is the repayment timeline of the loan? Is it 2 years? Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? Is it 15 years? Then of course, what kind of courses do you support? Do you help candidates get admission, or candidates are responsible for their admission? These are all of the questions that we see from candidates whenever, of course, we get to talk about our study abroad loan. So in today's webinar, I can assure you, we are going to answer all of these questions. We're going to answer all of these questions. We're going to provide the details of all of these questions. Before I go forward, I just want to state this as a food for thought, Now, prior to PROCONNECTPAY coming into the picture, for many of us, if we want to study abroad, we mostly depend on scholarship. We mostly depend on funding. We mostly depend on a fellowship. We mostly depend on, a Commonwealth program or a school giving you direct funding. For many of us, we don't really have the resources, that's $50,000, $30,000 to acquire a global education. So no matter how good you are academically, no matter the impact you've made on society, no matter your work experience, only 1% of qualified Africans per annum usually get fully funded opportunities to study in the US or Canada or the UK or Germany or France or Belgium or Netherlands or Switzerland and all of the countries that, of course, we get to work in. Only 1% of qualified Africans, whether you are good academically, or you are good by the way of impact you've made, or you are good by way of your work experience, only 1% of qualified Africans every year are usually fortunate to get fully funded opportunities. So what it simply means is that the majority of the time, many of us will never really get the opportunity to study abroad because we do not have full funding. So we probably applied for stuff in the past, we didn't get them. We give up on that aspiration, or probably say, okay, I'll try again next year. So PROCONNECTPAY, being an African edu fintech company and being the first ever African edu fintech company doing this, came up with the idea that rather than we just giving a loan for people to study, can we also invest in the potential of our candidates from the African continent? And how do we identify your potential? We don't identify your potential by your class of degree, but we identify your potential by your sense of purpose. We identify your potential by your willingness to do the work. We identify your potential by your clarity attached to why you want to study abroad. We identify your potential by your aspirations and your desires post-graduation. That is how we identify your potential. Your work experience, what you've done, your volunteering experience, your internship experience. Those are the things we look at to know what your potential in future looks like. So you may have a first class or a 2-1 or a 2-2 or a third class. You might be a graduate of a university or a polytechnic. On the PROCONNECTPAY platform, it does not matter. What we look at carefully is your future potential. Your future potential. That is what we use in engaging those that will decide to work with, those that will decide to fund. So PROCONNECTPAY is the first ever fintech company in the whole of the African continent doing this. And beyond that, beyond the funding we give, which, remember, like I said, is an investment in your future. We nurture you, we guide you, we mentor you, we give you career advice, all for free once you become a part of our network. And the best part is you are fortunate to be in the same forum, in the same group with like-minded professionals with similar aspiration to compete globally, to do well financially, to do well professionally. So the big question now is, does PROCONNECTPAY give a loan? Yes, we do. So the money we give out is not charity. We're not dashing you the money. We're not giving the money out for free. The money we give is a loan, and it's a loan we expect that you pay back. We expect, we demand that you pay back our loans. So anybody coming to take on this loan, remember what I said at the very beginning. This is an investment in your future, but it's a loan to you. And every investment must return the value of the investment and more. So the return on investment for us is you getting a good job, The return on investment for us is you being able to launch a startup that can raise funding that enables you to clear out your loan. Remember I said at the beginning that acquiring a global education opens you to limitless opportunities across the globe and even here in the African continent. Just by acquiring a global education, you are exposed to opportunities that in your lifetime you may never get just with your local African education. So we do not dash anyone money. We're not a charity organization. We're not a grant or a scholarship giving body. We're a fintech in business. But our business is funding those that want to acquire a global education. So let's be very clear about who we are and what we are, so that we don't confuse what we think, oh, PROCONNECTPAY actually does. Yeah. Number two, PROCONNECTPAY will only fund you if you want to study a commercially relevant course. We will only fund you when you want to study a commercially relevant course. A commercially relevant course is a course that guarantees you a good paying job when you graduate. A commercially relevant course is a course that guarantees that the kind of ideas you come up with will be consistent with your course. Because if it's consistent with your course, it means that the solution you are building will be commercially viable. And founders, venture capital companies, angel investors, even your school, the incubator and accelerator they expose you to, will be willing to take a bet on your tech idea or your tech solution because it is commercially viable. So anyone coming to study through the PROCONNECTPAY platform, you must be willing to study a business-oriented course like an MBA. If you are going for a bachelor's program, a 2-year bachelor's program, it means you must be willing to do a commercially relevant bachelor's program. Bachelor's of Business Administration, Bachelor's of Commerce, Bachelor's of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. There are a lot of them. The other kind of courses to support are health-oriented courses. But now, if you are coming to us to tell us you want to study nursing, please ensure your first degree was in nursing. And ensure that you are also a registered nurse in Africa or anywhere you are connecting from. Do not be the African that hears that, oh, nursing pays in Canada, but you work as a banker and you want to suddenly switch your career from banking to go and do nursing. We don't fund such work. See, we call those kind of movements aimless movements. Aimless movements. We are very intentional about funding candidates that are studying or want to study courses consistent with their work history, consistent with their internship history, consistent with their volunteering history, consistent with the knowledge they built over time. So they're going to study nursing or an health-oriented course that we deem commercially relevant. It has to be something you currently are doing or you are licensed to do. Number three, if you want to study what we call a science-oriented course, an MSc in microbiology, biochemistry, agriculture, animal science, all those botany, zoology, all those science-oriented, commercially relevant courses, we'll be very happy to fund you. If you also want to study what we call a technology-oriented course, a technology-oriented course is MSc Business Analytics, MSc Data Analytics, MSc Cybersecurity. Those are what we call technology-oriented courses. Software engineering, MSc Product Management, Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Those are what we call technology-oriented courses. So anything technology-oriented, you want to study that, we'll be very happy to fund you. If you also want to study what we call engineering-based courses, MSc, MNG, manufacturing engineering, electrical engineering, chemical engineering, there's some other technical ones I've heard, artificial intelligence engineering. anything engineering oriented, and it's an M engine or a B engine, if you're an undergraduate that wants to transfer, ProConnect will be very happy to do you. Lastly, if you also want to study a mathematics-oriented course, anything mathematics, economics and mathematics, financial mathematics, anything mathematics, technology mathematics, PROCONNECTPAY will be very, very happy and glad to fund you also. So the big assignment I want to give to every one of us in today's meeting is this. Please, can you tell me in the comment section the course you want to study? Tell me the specific course you want to study. MSc cybersecurity, M-Engine civil engineering. Tell me the course you want to study in the comments, and let me quickly gauge if your course is what we deem a commercially relevant course. So tell me quickly in the comments, what course do you want to study? Let me quickly read through the courses that a lot of us here would love to study. Just tell me quickly in the comment section, what course do you want to study? Paul, you just said construction management. It means nothing to me if you're not adding if it's a BSc or an MSc. A B engine in aerospace engineering. So as well, if you want to study a B engine in aerospace engineering, it means that you must currently be an undergraduate here in Africa. We do not fund undergraduates from 100 level or from their first year. We only fund the last 2 years of your education. So it means that you must be in 300 level and aerospace engineering here in Africa. And you want to complete your 400 level and your 500 level in the US or Canada. We'll be very happy to fund you. An MSc in pharmacy and pharmaceuticals. I think that's what you want to say, James. Excellent course. An MSc in molecular biology, excellent program. An MSc in mathematical finance and financial technology, excellent program. An MSc, oh, there's no MSc in business admin. They call it an MBA. So yes, you can do an MBA. So Paul, you can go as a transfer student to do a 300 level and 400 level in construction management with your HND first degree. Very possible. PGD in human resource management. No, Emmanuel, we don't do PGD in human resource management. MSc manufacturing engineering, yes. We don't do MSc human resource management. What we do is an MBA with a focus on human resource management. MSc agricultural and environmental engineering. Oh, we love that. We'll fund you. An MSc in human resource management. John, no. What to fund is an MBA with a focus on human resource management. An MSc in cybersecurity. Chimobi, if you're coming to us for a BSc, it means you are currently an undergraduate or you currently have an HND degree. So you can do a 300 level and 400 level if your HND was in cybersecurity, or if you're currently studying cybersecurity in a university. But we do not fund people from 100 level for a BSc. An MSc in agriculture, yes, we do. An M-Engine in chemical engineering, yes, we do. An MSc in business analytics, yes, we do. An MBA, Stephen, yes, we do. We would rather fund you for an MBA than fund you for an MSc International Business, Stephen. A diploma in cloud computing. Mabel, yes, we have a diploma in cloud computing in Canada, with one of the colleges we partner with. An MSc in accounting and business administration. So MSc accounting, if it's a STEM designated program, yes, but we can also tell you, encourage you, Wale, to go and do an MBA with a focus on accounting or finance. An MSc microbiology, commercially relevant. An MBA human resource management, commercially relevant. Guys, I expect more courses, more courses, more courses. You can drop more courses in the comments. You can drop more courses in the comments. Yes, Chibuzo, you can do a project management MSc with your BSc in engineering. Very possible and very doable. So, Ezra, like I said, we do not fund candidates from 100 level. We don't. We don't fund candidates from 100 level. Anybody that's currently an undergraduate must be in school. If you want to take our undergraduate loan, you must currently be an undergraduate here in Africa. You must be an undergraduate here in Africa. Only by being an undergraduate here in Africa, then in your 200 level, when you are going to 300 level, if you are studying a 4-year course, we then get to fund the last 2 years of your program. But if you are going for a 5-year program, if you are studying a 5-year course, you must be in 300 level here in Africa. Then you transfer to do the last 2 years of your program in the US or Canada. If you are currently an undergraduate, if you are also an HND graduate can also do a 2 years BSc in the US or Canada. Now, an HND graduate with more than 10 years work experience can go for a direct master's to the US. We have schools in the US that admit HND graduates. We have schools in the US that admit HND graduates. If you are currently a third class graduate, or a 2-2 graduate, or a 2-1 graduate, or a first class graduate, every one of you are qualified to apply for our masters directly to the US. But of course, if you have a first class or a 2-1, you can also apply to Canada. The bulk of our schools in Canada do not admit candidates for a 2-2 or a third class. But for some of you with a third class or HND, if your goal is I must go to Canada, then yes, we have a college in Canada we partner with that does specific programs for PGD in Canada. So you can apply for those programs. You can apply for those programs. But let me say this, our loan we give to you does not cover cost of living for that college in Canada. Only that college in Canada. We do not give you cost of living. The school has a loan they give to you, which will help you to prepare. But we do not give you cost of living for Canada if you are going to a college in Canada. But that college in Canada can admit you if you have a third class or an HND. Even those that have OND, secondary school graduates can also go for that same program, diploma program in Canada. And they have a loan that covers your tuition. But you will get the opportunity to get a job that will pay you quite all right to enable you feed yourself and also take care of your living everyday expense. In a way, it makes sense because what it means is that your liabilities is also reduced. But if you are going for a direct master's or an MBA, MSc or MBA or a BSc in Canada, then of course we get to fund not just your tuition, we also get to fund your cost of living. We also get to fund your cost of living. Yes, an MSc Information Resource Management, John, we totally, yes, we get to fund that. Prince, you said HND with how many years experience for direct masters? Please, if you have between 7 to 10 years consistent work experience, you can apply for a direct masters to the US. We have schools in the US that admit HND graduates for a direct masters. So the big question now, we've all dropped the courses we want to study, and we see that the bulk of our courses are commercially relevant. So it means that as at now, the bulk of us qualify to access our loan. As at now, based off this information, the bulk of us that drop courses there, we all qualify to access the loan. So the key question now is, how exactly does the loan work? What does the loan cover? So let me answer that question for you. There are 5 major components our loan covers. 5 major components our loan covers. We pay for your tuition fees, which is your school fees. We also get to pay for your cost of living. Your cost of living is your accommodation, your feeding, your transportation, your textbook, exercise books, the utility expense you pay, like your phone plan, your data plan, your electricity plan, paying for water plan, your heater plan. All of this encompasses your cost of living. So we also get to give you a loan that covers your cost of living. In the US or Canada, you do not want to find yourself without an health insurance. So everybody is compulsory. You must pay for health insurance. So we also get to pay for your health insurance. Second to last, we pay for your flight tickets out of any part of Africa. We pay for your flight tickets. Now, it's possible that some of you have your money. So you buy your flight ticket on your own or you borrow from your family members. When you resume abroad in your school, we get to reimburse your flight ticket money to you. Lastly, we also get to pay for your gadgets, your cost of gadgets. Your gadget is we buy you a new MacBook and a new iPhone. We buy you a new MacBook and a new iPhone. Now, the major reason, of course, we buy these stuff for you is to ensure that you don't have any issue carrying out your assignment, doing your research, and of course, pursuing your research and innovation that has to do with your tech solution or idea. If you decide that I want to become a tech pioneer or a tech founder. So we buy you a new MacBook and a new laptop. Now, just to say this, the money we give to you, this loan, is not paid to your account directly. So you are not going to see the money here in Africa. The money will be paid directly to your school in the US or Canada or the UK. We pay the money directly to your school. So you don't get to see any what we call it shishi in this part of Africa. No. And the loan does not take effect until you've gotten a visa. So yes, you might get approval. You can even get final approval for the loan, but the loan does not begin to count until you've gotten a visa, resumed on campus, and the loan has been disbursed to your school. So We don't give you the money here at all. The money is given to your school. Your school will deduct their tuition money, deduct health insurance. They will not give you your living costs, your flight tickets, and your gadget money directly to you. They give that one directly to you. So that gadget, we are the ones that have someone that supply your gadgets to you, and you pay those guys. Your flight ticket, you get your money and refund it back to your family members or your friends. You have to go with the money from to enable you, of course, leave Africa. So the loan is not given to you yet. The maximum amount you can get in 2 years is $100,000. But we've seen cases where people just need 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, dependent on how much your school says you need. We've even seen schools too that says that we're giving you 50% scholarship. So you want also the remaining on your own. So we only give you the loan for the balance of your tuition, including your cost of living and the other costs. So you cannot just bring a random figure for us. No, we're going to verify that information given to us, that the information is legit. So you must not take $100,000. You can take as low as $20,000, $15,000, $30,000, dependent on what you need. You must not also go for a 2-year program. You can go for a 1-year MBA. We get to fund you. A 1-year, 6-month program, we get to fund you. And like I said, the money is not given to you here in Africa. The money is paid directly to your school. So you don't get to see any one of that dollars here in Africa until you've landed on campus. PROCONNECTPAY, as a fintech company, as a mentoring and innovation company, we get to nurture you, we get to guide you, we get to advise you for free once you become a member of the platform. So you might have varied work experience that does not point to a specific career path, and you're asking yourself, what can I do? What can I really study? When you join our platform, we get to give you personalized advice. In deciding the school to go to, some of you, you might not want to write GRE or IELTS or TOEFL or GMAT. We mostly recommend schools to candidates from the African continent that do not want to write these exams, thereby removing that burden and that cost associated with writing the exams. So once you become a part of the network, we recommend 3 schools to you to apply to. And like I said, you can only study courses that we deem commercially relevant, because it's our hope and it's our belief that your investments by taking a loan must pay back. And it only pays back when you study a commercially relevant course. So very key and very important. You don't need a bank statement. You don't need proof of funds. You don't need a guarantor, and you don't need a collateral to assess our loan. Our loans are calculated in dollars, kids, so there's no need for you to convert anything. You're not going to be paying back the money in naira. You're paying back the loan in dollars. When you graduate, we expect you to stay back in the country, even if for a year or 2 or 3 years, work before you decide to come back home. Because see, trust me, if you come back home to Africa with a foreign education, having gained 1 or 2 or 3 years work experience there, my people, the amount of money you will make from the salary you get paid, trust me, will be badass. Because we've seen candidates tell us that, but Elder, what if I want to come back home to Africa, where I know I have better prospects of climbing through the ranks because of my global education? Well, if you decide to that, I want to stay back in the country or relocate to Canada or the UK because you've gotten a global make sense opportunity in a 4,500 companies, yes, you can move. You just let us know, so we'll not collect our money from you wherever you are. For some of you, you must also have that desire to want to launch your tech startup. There's a research that's carried out by Harvard University that says that a foreign educated immigrant student, if you're a student abroad in America, you're an immigrant student, that a foreign educated immigrant student is more likely to raise more funding, to launch their tech startups than their locally educated counterparts. So if you study in the US or Canada and you start up a tech solution with a focus on Africa, even if the headquarters is in the US or Canada, you are 95% more likely to raise venture capital funds of $500,000, $1 million, $2 million by virtue of your global education, by virtue of your startup team that will obviously be made up of different persons from across the world. And this is research carried out by Harvard University. You are 95% more likely to raise funding. So it makes sense to me if I take a loan of $100,000 and through my academics, I learn everything there is to launching out a tech idea. Then when I graduate, I'm fortunate to meet a venture capital company willing to invest $1 million or $2 million in my startup. From that money, I clear off my loan because in my business books, that was an investment I made that made it possible for me to have this idea and also raise funding. My people, that is a worthy investment. That is a worthy investment. That's a worthy outcome, whichever one you look at. Staying back in the US, true job, working for a few years, come back home to Africa, or launching out a startup with a focus on the African continent or any parts of the world. You don't even need to start an idea at times. You will even see your classmates, your classmates, your schoolmates that have excellent ideas you can be part of and join in as a co-founder. We've seen people becoming multi-billionaires, multi-millionaires in dollars, just by being a co-founder, by being a loyal friend. So trust me, man, there are a lot of outcomes, exciting outcomes that await candidates that come through and go through the PROCONNECTPAY platform. Because for we are very intentional about our investments and the outcome we expect. For candidates that come on our platform, you cannot be stranded economically. You can never be stranded financially. It is not possible. Blessing, that might be your network. Can you hear me now? That might be your network. So in the next 10-15 minutes, let me explain in details the way the loan works and what the interest rate looks like for the benefit of everyone in today's meeting. Let's explain how exactly does the loan work and what is the interest of this loan. So calm down. Your blood is very. I'm going to get to that point. So, my people, I'm going to use Blessing Abraham as my example for today. Okay, I'm going to use Blessing Prince because I can see the both of them faces from my own end. So I'm going to use Blessing Prince. I'll just pick one name from Prince and one name from Blessing as my example for today. So we're going to assume that Blessing Prince wants to study an MBA. And let's also assume that they want to study this MBA at the Arizona State University in Phoenix, Arizona. And of course, it's a 2 years MBA program. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you quickly tell me in the comments? What are the 5 major components of the loan? Tell me in the comments. what are the 5 major components of this loan? Tell me in the comments, in the meeting chats. What are the 5 major components of this loan? What are the 5 major components of this loan? Please just give me 1 minute. Let me drink water. And drop, what are the 5 major components? Just drop it in the chat, meeting chat. Okay, so let's see what responses we're getting here. Okay, thank you very much. I can see the brilliant responses. Thank you very much for the brilliant responses. Thank you so very much for the brilliant responses. Yes, I can see we're really following. We're really following. That's very good, man. I clap for you guys. So let's start with the first one. Tuition. Remember that without tuition, you cannot go to school. So then if you don't have cost of living, you cannot even survive in school at all. Like you don't die. Because even if you pay your tuition, I don't have money to feed or pay your textbooks or live somewhere, at the end of the day, your tuition is wasted. So in terms of hierarchy of importance, then of course, health insurance. You cannot be a student without that health insurance. It's very critical. Then of course, if you don't have flight ticket money, how do you even travel at all to the US or Canada to resume your education? Then, like I said, when you eventually become a student, haven't landed over there, yes, we expect that you're supposed to get a gadget. For many of us, you know, buying a new iPhone or a new one was like a very tall order. But over there, it's quite simple. So we ensure that you get all of these things given to you at the very beginning, of course, once you become, you resume in the US or Canada. All of these things are calculated into your loan. It's calculated into your loan. So let's now look at what our total cost comes to for the first year. So first year loan total. First year loan total. First year loan total. First year loan total. Then second year loan total. Second year loan total. So as a student at the Arizona State University, you have a 2-year MBA you are doing. In your first year, your tuition might probably be about $18,000 US for the first year. To live in Arizona for 1 year, we probably need about $12,000 US. Your health insurance might come to about $3,600 US. Whether you're going to the US or Canada, we calculate the loan in US dollars only. Then of course, your flight ticket is calculated at $4,000 US, and your cost of gadgets is also calculated at $4,000 US. Now remember, in your second year, there are some things you don't need. You don't need gadgets and you don't need flight ticket because you're already in the US. So that's minus $8,000 US. So can someone tell me quickly, what's the total cost of the first year loan? Can you calculate the first year loan? What is the total cost of the first year loan? Can someone also tell me what the total cost of the second year loan is? Then can someone also tell me what the total cost of the 2 years combined together comes to? So calculate the total of the first year loan, total of the second year loan, drop them in the meeting chat, then tell me the total loan for the 2 years. So can someone do that quickly, please? Not just someone. Can people do that and drop in the meeting, in the meeting chats? Okay, I love this. So first year, 46,000. $41,600 US. So when you minus $8,000, it becomes $33,600 US. Then in total, that will now give you $75,200 US. Okay, excellent, James. Excellent, James. I love this. I love this, man. You guys are giving me joy by your level of participation. So first year, $41,600 US. Second year, $33,600 US. So the total loan needed for 2 years will now be $75,200 US. $5,200 US. So that's total loan needed for 2 years. So guys, I want you guys to Google up something on your own or where you are on your phone. Google up and tell me what you see from your own end when you Google up. So look at what you're going to Google up. How much does an MBA graduate earn in the United States post-graduation in 2022? So I've done the question then. Copy that question and Google up quickly. How much does a graduate an MBA graduate earn in the United States post-graduation in 2022? So I'm going to copy the same question so that every one of us can see it for ourselves. But what you've seen, tell me in the comment section. And you see that I'm using 2022 because this is the year we're in. So I have to use current data and information. So the latest GMAC 2022 report shows that the average median salary means like the middle, for MBA adjusted for inflation is $115,000 US. Of course, if without inflation prior to 2019, it was $129,000 US. When they mean adjusted for inflation, it means that because things are a little more expensive. So if you could use 5 naira before to buy 5 things, now you can use that 5 naira to only buy 3 things. So that's what it means. So you're earning the same amount, but it's just that you're earning what you can spend on has now shrunk. So really, you're earning 129,000, but in reality, that money is now worth 115,000 in 2022. And of course, there's a variation depending on where you're studying and plan to work and what role or job you get into in the industry. So let's see on that question too. That is here. So okay, this one does not give us a figure. So this one says, which MBA is highest paid in US? Like, you know, in terms of if you go to this particular school, how much can you earn? So yeah, we've seen it there now. You go to Stanford or Watson or Columbia. These ones are chairman kind of schools. Obviously, you're going to earn super well, like super well. So we can see Coursera. Everybody knows Coursera. The median starting salary for MBA graduates at US companies in 2021 was projected to be $115,000 US. We've seen this now a second time. On UCAT also is a very popular platform in the US for recruiters. It says, according to data, the mean starting salary offered by US recruiters to MBA graduates is $115,000 US per annum. So everywhere you turn to, we seem to be seeing the same figure, $115,000 US, $115,000 based on 2021 and 2022 figures and projection. So if you study today in the US and you graduate this year, you are likely going to earn about $115,000 US per annum as your starting pay once you've gotten that MBA. Now, let me ask a question, guys. Okay, let me not switch here, sorry. If you earn $115,000 US Are you okay or not? Like, will you be thinking well or not? Tell me. You can tell me in the comments. If you earn 115,000 US dollars in the US per annum, tell me in the chat. Will you be thinking well or not? Please don't multiply by naira, or you will just faint. So just ask yourself that question, and of course, let me know in the comments. Do you think you'll be economically okay earning 115,000 US dollars per annum? Over okay. Over okay. In fact, everywhere will be over soft. Everywhere will be over soft. Because if you earn 115,000 US dollars in the US as at today, trust me, you are above the average earner in the US. You'll be very fine. In fact, Dominic, you'll be very, very, very fine earning that much. So can you see why we said you have to study a commercially relevant course? So guys, this same question I have asked, oh yeah, go and do it yourself now. You can see I'm editing the MBA. I'm going to edit the MBA and put MSc Business Analytics. So put your own course. Put your own course there. Put your own course there. Eh? Kate, just take what I explained to also fit with the UK. It's the same thing. I'm just using Canada and use because it's easier for me to say. So put the course you want to study. That course you say you want to study, you change it to from that MBA and put your own course inside. Then search. And let's see what it says. So now I've put for business analytics. A master's in business analytics provides the practical knowledge to lead businesses in making data-driven decisions while also increasing your salary expectations. So according to PayScale, which is a popular platform, the average salary for someone with a master's in business analytics is 72,000 US dollars. At 72,000 US dollars per annum, you can still live a pretty comfortable life. You can still live a pretty comfortable life. Only that the person earning 115,000 will be way, way better than you in terms of earnings and flexibility they have. But at 72K, you are still very okay in the United States. The average salary for an American that does not study a commercially relevant course is usually $36,000, $45,000 US dollars per annum. So earning almost double of what they earn, you are very comfortable and very okay. Including the fact that it's a credit-based society. So you can have access to mortgage, you can buy cars, you can practically acquire assets with this kind of earning. So the course you want to study, quickly tell me in the comment of the meeting, how much does your course earn post-graduation? Tell me in the comments. Don't be shy, don't be shy, don't be shy. Tell me, how much does your course earn? So Paul plus Lee, $53,000. I'm not sure, Paul Lee. Let me Google up computer science for you. A computer science graduate cannot earn that. How much does an MSc computer science graduate earn in the US? So let's see what computer science makes. So how much can you make with an online computer science? This is even online, oh, that is even saying, but according to the National Association of Computer Science Majors, have the highest projected salaries for 2022 at 75,000 US dollars. At 75,000 US dollars. At 75,000 US dollars. Now you can see another university here that says the average salary after MSc in computer science in USA is 97,000 US dollars. 97,000 US dollars. If you check PayScale, PayScale is like a job portal that provides all of this data that the US government use. A Master of Science in Computer Science, a computer scientist, you can earn an average of 73,000 to 133,000 US dollars. It's around 75,000 to 118,000 US dollars. So plusly, that your information is not right, depending on what you Googled up and how you Googled it up. A computer scientist is an hot cake in the United States. According to Glassdoor, the average base salary for computer scientists in the US is $107,000 with a range, what's in that range of 88 to 192,000 US dollars. Ah, that one is Babao kind of salary. Babao kind of salary, that's it. If you're a software engineer, a junior software engineer, you can earn between 87,000 US dollars to 118,000 US dollars. So the course you want to study will let you know if your course is a commercially relevant course. Very easy for you to know. We don't have to lie to you. We don't have to Google you. We don't have to manipulate the information. You will see it for yourself when you Google it up. So you get to know if the course you want to study is commercially relevant or not on your own. I like that at Olaoye. I love that. An MBA marketing can earn up to $103,000 with an agricultural engineering background, 75,000 US dollars. This is see, we're not fluking the information. Every one of you are the ones getting this information. So it just shows you that when I was talking at the beginning, I know what I was saying when I talk about commercially relevant courses that gives you commercially relevant opportunities. So it validates my earlier position and what I said. And the whole essence of your going to take a loan, take this as an investment in your future and your potential. That is what you can earn per annum. That is what you can earn. You don't need to pray to God or pray to Babalawo or pray to Imam to earn that much. No, it is there in the US for you. It is there for you to earn. All you need to do is get your ass, get your body, your soul, your spirit to the United States or to Canada. Acquire that education. Graduate top 5% of your class. Like we tell people, it's not enough to just go and study and just graduate. No, you have to distinguish yourself. You're an African. So you already have the disadvantage of being an immigrant. You have the disadvantage of being a black person. So when you get there, you have to distinguish yourself by graduating top 5% of your class. You must be good. It does not matter that you have a third class. We don't care. Now you are going to study with purpose, with intentionality. So you will face that book and graduate well, meritoriously. You can earn that much if you pay your dues. And of course, it's not just about going to class. It's also about building your relationships, building yourself beyond the classroom. These are, of course, the kind of benefits you get when you become a member of the network. We get to counsel you and nurture you in this direction. Dominic, if they are paying you $115,000 monthly, my guy, don't go to heaven now. Don't go to heaven and chill. It's annual. Salaries are calculated per annum in the US or Canada or the UK. You're not going to divide it into monthly. But don't forget that of these earnings, this salary that you're earning, about 18% or 19%, or in some cases 25%. Nobody said you'll be happy. Goes to paying taxes. So even if you're earning 115,000 US dollars, let's not use our example from what we were explaining before. Let's even say you earn 115,000 US dollars. That's what you earn now. Per annum. So let's say 18% of this your salary goes to paying taxes. 18% goes to paying taxes. Can someone please tell me what is the percentage of 18%? What is 18% of 115,000? Can someone tell me what is 18% of 115,000? Quickly. What is 18% of 115,000? Thank you. Okay. Your brain is hot, man. So 20,700 US dollars. So let's minus 115,000 from 20,700 US dollars. Let's minus 20,700 from 115,000 US dollars. What would that give you? 115,000 US dollars minus 20,700 US dollars. $115,000 minus 20,000. Good. 93,000. 94,300. Excellent. So 94,000 300 USD. This is what is left. So this is what's left of your salary. So guys, this 94,300 divided by 12 months. Let's see what your monthly earnings come to. Divided by 12 months. Divided by 12 months. What does it come to? Yes, 7,858 USD. Thank you, Aditayo. That's my guy. If you are left with 7,000 plus US dollars monthly in the US, you can live a super comfortable life, paying your rent, paying for your gas, for your feeding, for your jaye, even sending money back home to your village people in Africa. And you still have enough to even save. And remember, you can even buy a car on credit. So you pay small for your health insurance. Like, you practically live a very comfortable life. So out of this money now, this is where we expect you to also pay your loan back. So let's go to the loan itself. Let's go to the loan itself. The interest rates on the loan for postgraduates is now 12.99%. So guys, let's hear this. Initially, it should be 11.99%, but now it has been increased to 12.99%. So if you are currently going for an MSc, an MBA, you get to pay 12.99% per annum. Per annum. If you are going for an undergraduate education, for undergraduates is 13.99%. The graduate interest rate has not changed. It's the same thing. Only the postgraduates that is now 12.99% per annum. We just added 1% on top. Don't blame us. American economy, things are very cost now. So our investors that give us money have also increased how much we pay as interest on the money that we give to you. And see the best parts. You can pay back the loan in 1 year or 5 years or 5 years or 10 years. Anyone. Remember what I said initially about starting up your tech idea. If you launch your tech idea and raise between 500,000 US dollars to 1 million US dollars at the point of graduating, my people, out of that funding that you've raised for your startup, pay back your loan. When you pay back your loan, you only pay 12.99% for the month our loan was with you. Let's say you graduated today, you now use the money 3 months later. You only pay interest for the 3 months our loan was with you. We'll put it per annum and divide it into the quarter. So you can pay back the loan in 3 months, or 5 years, or 1 year, or 10 years post-graduation. Post-graduation. You don't have to pay back the loan at all as a student. The only thing you do as a student is to service the interest on the loan for 2 years. If your course is a 2 years program. If your course is a 1 year program, you get to service the interest on the loan for just 1 year. Now, that interest you are paying on the loan that has been given to you so far is to help you build up your credit score. So in your first year, if you are giving 41,600 US dollars, you now times it by 12.99% and divide it by 12 months. Oh, sorry. That's not divide. And divide it by 12 months. So if you can do that on your own quickly, the first amount that was given to you in your first year times 12.99%. for postgraduates. Then when the figure you get, no, divided by 100 first, we give you the figure. So that figure you get, I want to get, you now divide it by 12 months. $41,600 times 12.99% divided by 100. We give you the figure, the amount of your 1 year interest. You now divide that 1 year by 12 months. So on a monthly basis, you know what to pay as your interest. So the question is, but Elder, how am I supposed to pay my interest when I'm a student? Well, as a student, you are allowed to work for up to 20 hours every week, and you can earn up to $2,100 monthly working as a student. So that money you earn is what you use in paying the interest on your loan. That money you earn is what you use in paying the interest on your loan. So you won't have enough to save. You won't have enough that after 1 year, you can say to come back home to Africa, to come and chill, see your people, then go back. In your second year, remember that you did not pay back our loan, no. You only serviced the interest on the first year loan given to you. So when we now add up your 33,600, you will now be owing us a total of 75,000. So in the second year, you'll be servicing 75,200. So that's 75,200 times 12.99% divided by 100, then equal the amount. You now divide it by 12 months. In fact, we've seen people that say, PROCONNECTPAY, can I pay my interest upfront? So I know that when I get to the US or Canada, I don't have to bother myself about anything. My people, it's possible. It is possible, very possible. You want to pay your interest upfront so that when you get to the US, you're not bothered about, you just have to focus on your education and graduate well, innovate well, think well. Very possible. But we encourage you to take this format of working and paying there. It helps you to build your credit score little by little, because it will be very useful to you when you graduate, when you now want to rent a house in town, outside of school environments. And those guys in the main town, in the city, where you're going to get a job in, they are very conscious about credit score when they want to rent a house to you. So that 2 years you spent in school, or 1 year spent in school, studying and servicing your interest, helps to build up your credit score, to enable you access other aspects of American life when it comes to financial services. So when you graduate, not everyone's are equal. So not everybody might have the same luck of getting a job instantly or raising funding instantly. So you have between 6 to 8 months moratorium post-graduation. In case, so far you don't have a job. Maybe your people are working hard, pressing it. My apologies. I didn't realize that my village people were even the ones on my own case. So you have 6 to 8 months moratorium post-graduation. But now I want to say this with full confidence. PROCONNECTPAY is not guaranteeing you a job. Well, we're the ones that will help you get a job. Because you are studying a course that is commercially relevant, I can tell you for free, you cannot get stranded when you graduate. It's not possible. It is not possible. unless you graduated badly or you were not serious. But if you graduate meritoriously, top of your class, and that should be your goal. I want to graduate top 5% of my class. Top 5%. I must graduate in science. My people, you cannot but get excellent opportunities. You cannot acquire a master's in the US or Canada and be jobless. It is not possible. Take this to the bank anytime, any day. I will beat my chest to defend it. Study a commercially relevant course in US or Canada. You can never ever be stranded. It is not possible. We don't have to help you look for a job. Opportunities will open up for you. Schools have job centers where companies come to hustle students. Now imagine you're a student and you played your game right, you networked right, you came on top of your class, you took part in activities, you were active in job fairs, career fairs, you took part in leadership activities, you were grooming your knowledge, building your network, building up your LinkedIn profile. You cannot graduate and be stranded. It is not possible. You can't. You cannot. You don't need to pray. You don't need to kabash over it. It's just fact. You cannot be stranded. So we're going to ask that funny question of, do you guys guarantee us a job when we graduate? I'm like, oh my God. Africa has so bastardized us that we think everything is connection. Everything, you need somebody to help you to get it. No. Your merit and excellence will speak for you. It will open doors for you. You don't need to know anybody. Your merit, your excellence will open doors for you. Opportunities, because you are studying and you studied a commercially relevant course. Because you played your game right. You've done everything right. You follow the rules and even gone above and beyond to develop and groom yourself. You cannot be stranded. Take this to the bank. Today is 29th of December, 2022. Elder David Kennedy Samuel said, if you acquire a global education, you cannot be stranded. You can't. Even your village people cannot even strand you. Yeah, no, let us leave this our village people. No, you need to do MS. So the same money give us for village. Even your village people will be happy for you to get a job because they know you can send them dollars too. So you cannot be stranded. So that fear, that concern, you are investing in your potential. So for the fact that you believe in yourself is why you're taking on this journey. So you're not going to take the journey and be stranded halfway. It is not possible. Like, it is not possible. Not possible. And this is the confidence that, we instill in our candidates. This kind of confidence we instill in everyone that comes to our platform. You cannot be stranded. It is not possible. You can't be stranded. So, this is majorly the way the PROCONNECTPAY loan works. Now, let me just add some layer of extra information for the benefit of everybody. I'm going to speak about the UK and I also speak about our PGD routes for people that want to do PGD. So if you are a secondary school graduate here, you're an OND graduate here, you're an HND graduate here, you're a third class graduate here, and you want to go to Canada, I will tell you information for you for Canada. If you're also here, you want to go to UK, I will tell you information for the UK. We have been hammering Canada and US since. So let's talk a little about general, everybody first. Before I now give specific information for Canada and specific information for the UK. Now, guys, you see everything I've explained is only possible when you are willing to do the hard work. Everybody knows on the PROCONNECTPAY platform, and I'm not ashamed to say this, we are a do-it-yourself platform. We do not come here to influence your admission. We're not here to influence your life. No, we're not here to help you make your life easy. If you join this platform, it's because you are willing to do the hard work, to write your SOP, which is your statement of purpose, to prepare your resume, to prepare your LinkedIn profile, to do your research, to identify what you know is an outcome you desire for yourself. If you're a lazy ass, or you're just a desperate human being wanting to relocate out of Africa, please, I plead with you, just delete yourself from this meeting. No need to join the platform because you'll be frustrated. We don't lie, we don't exaggerate, and we will never tell you what is not true as far as this process is concerned. We do not influence admission. We don't buy admission for anyone. You have to earn your admission yourself. You must earn it. Everybody must earn their admission. You owe it to yourself and to your career and to your future aspiration to earn your admission. So don't come to our platform and asking us foolish questions like, will you guys help us process the admission? That question is to annoy me. People know me that when they ask kind of questions on our platform, they want to blast them off. Because if we're investing in your potential and you cannot take responsibility for your destiny, then something is wrong. So you must be willing to do the hard work. On this portal, on this platform, we're a do-it-yourself platform. We believe in excellence. We believe in merit. We believe in you building your own record with your own hands. That is the way you will stand out abroad. That is the way you will stand out in the US or Canada. That is the way you stand out in the UK. That's the only way that you can guarantee your success sustainably in the long run. You must be willing to carry yourself to the very end. Yes, you will be mentored. You will be guided. You will be nurtured. You will be coached. You will be given access to information. It's typical of what we do in PROCONNECTPAY. But you must be willing to run without advice, without mentoring, without information you have been exposed to. Somebody will come and ask us, Elder, what can I get pre-application waiver? I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me right now? You want pre-application waiver? I am not willing to do the hard work of writing to a school to sell yourself on why they should give application for waiver. You expect me to see if you know the school? We are a big do-it-yourself platform. We have a template on how to write an SOP. We have a template on how to prepare your CV. We have a template on how to prepare your resume. We have a template on how to package up your LinkedIn profile. Because your LinkedIn profile is an integral part of this process. We have all of those templates. The US, Canada, and the UK are going to is a country that is largely driven on merits, on excellence, on hard work, on sustainable success. So if you don't inculcate those attributes here in Africa, I can assure you, you will have a big problem succeeding in those countries. Because those countries, they don't do anyhow there. They don't allow anyhowness. They are very straightforward, and whatever they tell like this how it is, that's how it is. So that attribute, that culture of impunity, of doing anyhow, anything goes, that we've inculcated in Africa, we cannot show that kind of attribute in the US, Canada, or the UK. So no matter the country you are going to, no matter the cost you're for, you must be willing to do the hard work yourself, with our guardians, with our mentoring, with our nurturing, with our career counseling. But you must be willing to do the hard work. That hard work, you must be willing to do it. We cannot do it for you. We can't ever do that for you. A manager will be assigned to you when you become a part of the platform. So that manager is one that will guide you, give you 3 schools you can apply to. If you want to apply to more schools or identify more schools, go and do your research on your own, based off the schools you partner with. But you must be willing to go above and beyond. We're not a platform for desperate immigration. We're not a platform for desperate relocation. Our relocation must be intentional. Our immigration must be purpose-driven. Our desire to acquire a global education must come with the mindset of being an investment, and it must recoup. I must recoup the cost of my investments. I must make money. I must succeed. I must do well academically. These are the ethos that guides what we do in PROCONNECTPAY. So if you have any one of these mindsets, any of this attitude towards work, towards getting things done, trust me, you are qualified, heavily qualified to be a part of our platform. So university graduates, whether a first-class graduate, a 2-2 graduate, or a third-class graduate, we don't care. Join. You're a graduate of a polytechnic. You have 2 options. In fact, 3. You can go for a master's if you have 10 years experience in the US. You can even do a BSc of 2 years if you are below 35 years old in the US or Canada. Then for those of you that, oh, I still want to go to the US, Canada, but I don't want to do BSc, you can do a PGD, a diploma program in Canada. My people, PROCONNECTPAY is a do-it-yourself platform. We're a human capital development platform. You cannot join this network and remain the same. Your life can never remain the same. It's not possible. The value you are seeing right now is the same value you get consistently when you become a part of the platform. So this is not we marketing you to join. No, this is the same kind of value you get when you eventually join in. Because for we, your success in future is very important to us. You succeed, we use it to make money across the continent. We use it to make money across the world. Because your success is a validation of our solution, of the vision and the mission that PROCONNECTPAY has. So you see why it's important to us that your success is more important to me than I think even to you that wants to take the loan. You must succeed. You must succeed. You don't have a choice. You must succeed. So when you don't have a choice, hey, you will do all it takes to succeed. Because that's the mindset that guides what we even do within PROCONNECTPAY. We'll do all it takes, morally right, to succeed. So for those of you with a desire to go to the UK, our UK loan is only applicable if you do not desire to emigrate permanently. It means you have to work in a blue chip company. A blue chip company means that you're working in a very large organization like Chevron, GT Bank, Zenith Bank, PZ Zone, Excel, and you are earning $70,000 per annum. In the UK, we only fund you if you are going to Oxford University or University of Manchester or Manchester Business School or London Business School or London School of Economics and Political Science. These are what we call Ivy League universities that offer MBA programs and some technology-oriented courses. So if you want to go and study a technology-oriented course or an MBA in any one of these universities, and you earn $70,000 per annum, and your goal is to acquire a global education because you can work as a senior manager in these industries and come back to Africa to your very good job, then you qualify for our UK loan. Our UK loan is elitist, very elitist in nature, very elitist, like extremely elitist. It's only for big men and women. If you don't earn well, you cannot access our UK loan. Our US and Canada loan and process is for everybody. No matter how much you earn, even if you earn just $2 monthly, you can qualify for our US and Canada loan. But that UK loan is a little tricky. We only target people that do not want to relocate. You go there, study in Oxford. To study an MBA in Oxford, your total cost is $95,000 for a 1-year MBA in Oxford, about $95,000. So you have to be earning $70,000 to qualify for that loan. When you take that loan, you come back home to Africa and pay back our loan from here. But those people go to UK can pay back our loan in 20 years rather than 10 years. And they don't get to pay any interest whilst they're studying. But it's only for high income earners that do not want to relocate permanently. I have a good job, I'm being paid well, I work as a senior manager. I want to go there, acquire that so I can come back to compete for CEO or a director position in my large company. We qualify for a UK loan. Whether you want to go to the UK or France or Germany or Italy or Spain or Netherlands, we have partner schools across Europe. But if your goal is to relocate permanently or launch your startup, or you don't even earn up to $70,000 per annum, please, I plead with you, just focus on US and Canada. It's seamless and you'll be guided all through the process, even down to your visa stage. We've had candidates successfully gotten visas, resumed even on campus that were funded. So when I say that, I know what we are saying. We know what we are saying. For those of you that have a third class, or you're an HND graduate, and you're above 35 years old, or you're a secondary school graduate, or you're an OND graduate, and you really want to jackpot through education, you can go to Canada. but you can only do a diploma in just one particular college we support and partner with. For that college in Canada, we give you loan. We're going to give you a loan, obviously, but the loan we give to you is not a loan that covers your cost of living. It's only a loan that covers your tuition. And you can pay back that loan in 5 years. So it's like you are studying now and you pay later. But of course, there are terms and conditions you are expected to meet. But the process is just the same thing with someone taking a loan. And PROCONNECTPAY, we guide you from step to step to step to step until you get a visa, including giving you a letter of support. Every candidate on our platform gets a letter of support. They need to back up their application, whether they're going for a physical interview for the US or they're submitting their visa documentations to Canada. And like I said, anybody coming to us, there are 3 major outcomes people have. The first outcome is I want to acquire a global education so that when I graduate, I can get a good job in Canada or US and work there permanently. Second category of people, I want to just go there and study, work for 2 or 3 years, acquire Canadian experience, American experience, then come back home to Africa to compete for good jobs in those big companies you never used to have access to because you didn't have a foreign education. They paid like mad. Well, they treat you like men, a fragile egg, because of course you're coming with global experience. So that's the second category. Then there's the third category, the entrepreneurial guys. I want to go there, acquire a global education, work for 1 or 2 years, begin my startup, launch my startup with a focus on Africa or Asia or the Middle East, wherever it is that opportunity will lead me to. I want to start up my own tech idea. Yes, my headquarters can be in the US or Canada, but our operations scattered across the globe or is scattered in a particular region. You can either be the one that started up the idea, or you can even be a co-founder on somebody else's ideas. So even if you're going for a diploma program, these are the same trajectory we expect you to take. If you're going for a master's, the same trajectory. You are going for a BSc, the same trajectory. Any one of those options are available for you. So if you are a secondary school graduate or an OND graduate, yes, you can do a diploma program in Canada. You get to work as a student. And luckily for you, Canada just said you can work for up to 40 hours per week, like a normal person that works every day, Monday to Friday. So long as it doesn't impact your education, you are good to work for 40 hours. So you can even earn up to $3,000 monthly. With that money, you can take care of your feeding, your transportation, your accommodation, and still be paying the small interest on your loan for the school fees that is paid for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we accommodate everybody and anybody wanting to use education as a vehicle to emigrate. On the PROCONNECTPAY platform, trust me, we are very inclusive. We believe that education is an enabler, an investment that can open global opportunities for every one of us. I, as an example, am a testimony to the global education I got that made us come up with the idea for PROCONNECTPAY and come up with the value we give today. So my confidence to speak, what I know, is based off my own global exposure. And I can speak to so many of my peers, my network, that have also acquired a global education and their life changed. So this mission for me is personal. It's not just about doing a business, but it's about that business of raising generational leaders that can come back onto the African continent to add value politically, economically, financially, in ways that is sustainable. So when you're coming to this platform, you're not just coming, like I said, to just take a loan to relocate. You're coming because you are driven by purpose. You are driven by intentionality. You are intentional. And there is no way you will stay on this platform that you wouldn't succeed. So the first major step you want to take today is becoming a part of our network. Becoming a part of our network. Now, see, there are just 2 days to the end of the year. So the membership fee as of today is 25,000 naira. But from next year, which is 1st of January, it becomes 30,000. So if you pay today or tomorrow, you enjoy the 25K membership fee. Just wait till next week, Monday, 1st, 12/01, 1st of January, 30K becomes the membership fee. So I encourage every one of us, join in now and get that 5K discounts. You join in by Monday next week, 1st of January, is already good. In fact, I think first is when is first again? First should be like Sunday. Yeah. 1st of January, Sunday. It has gone up to 30K. So I encourage every one of us, pay your membership fee. If you are connecting with us from across the African continent, as of today, it is $60. By Sunday, it becomes $68. So we encourage every one of us, pay up that membership fee. I've already told you what you need to get started. What you need to get started is first your desire to acquire that global education and understand clearly the way we work. You don't need your transcript or your certificate to get started. You don't even need your passports. With your NIN, you can get started. Your national ID for your country, you can get started with it. So long as you do not have a bad credit or any bad loan that you're not paying currently, trust me, you are 100% guaranteed to get our loan. If you follow our guidance that were given to you, we help you apply for your loan. You focus on applying to your school. But we're going to recommend 3 schools to you that do not mandate GRE, IELTS, TOEFL, or GMAT for you to apply it to. So within a week or 2, trust me, you can finish your entire application. And all you wait for is just admission and for your loan to be approved. They will now move you to visa stage. Right now, anybody coming to join now, it means you are targeting September or June or March or April, depending on, of course, the semester the school you're applying to has open or available. So join in today. This is the last webinar for the year 2022. It's why I've taken my time, my life, my passion to explain to every one of us the way this loan works. So at this point, I'm going to pause for questions from anyone. I can see there are a lot of comments here. So let me just go and read the comments for questions. My colleague is dropping a link where you can chat her up to make your payments. 25K ends on Saturday. By Sunday morning, 1st of January, it goes to 30,000 naira. Oh yes, blessing. If you have an existing loan, so long as you are paying the loan, you can access our loan, no problem. Emmanuel, please, anybody has a question, so please drop the question in the comments. I will not call anybody's name. Just drop a question in the comments so I can be reading a lot of questions at the same time. So Wale, what I suggested was that studying an MBA with a focus on accounting or finance. That's what I said you should do, Wale. Study an MBA with a focus on accounting or finance, not an MA. You can do MSc accounting or MSc finance, so long as it's STEM designated. But generally, we advise people to go for an MBA with a focus on accounting or finance. So Dominic, if you have an HND and you want to apply to Canada, my question now will be that are you above 35 years old? Dominic, answer me in the comments. If you are above 35 years old, you can go for a PGD. The school we partner with that does PGD is called OCMT, Ontario College of Management and Technology. Ontario College of Management and Technology. That's the school we partner with in Canada for the college. Ontario College of Management and Technology. So that school has some tech-oriented courses like cybersecurity. They have cloud computing. They have digital transformation, something like that. Very make sense courses for those of you that want to go to Canada. But I have HNGO. If you are below 35 years old, Dominic, you can even do direct transfer and do 3 years BSc, 300 level and 400 level. Your HND in Africa is recognized as a 2 years BSc in US and Canada. Yes, I think Dominic, I've answered your question. Let me share the courses that are available for those of you that want to do PGD in Canada. Let me share the courses available here on my screen so that we can all see it for ourselves. So let me share with us the PGD documents. Okay, I'm coming, guys. Just give me 1 minute, please. Okay, I'm coming. So for those of you asking about PGD, so you can do cybersecurity and intelligence engineering, you can do accounting and business finance, you can do digital innovation, transformation and cloud technology, you can do brand promotion and media technology, you can do cybercrime investigation and threat intelligence technology, you can do cloud computing, and you can do enterprise resource planning system. So you can see that by the side, there are category of learners. For secondary school graduates can do enterprise resource planning system and cloud computing. Secondary school graduates, OND graduates, you can go for number 6 and number 7. OND graduates, secondary school graduates can also go for number 3 and number 4. Now, number 1 are mostly for people that are already in tech, or maybe they are doing a job that's close to tech. So you can do number 1, cybersecurity. Number 2 are mostly for graduates of those finance, entrepreneurship, business-oriented courses. Then number 5 too is also for people that are already in tech, new beginners, graduates, STEM graduates, non-STEM graduates. So long as you're willing to study anything cybersecurity and you already have basic knowledge, you can apply for number 5 and number 1. Even if you have not worked as a cybersecurity professional, but you're taking online courses, you have basic knowledge, you can apply for number 1 or number 5. As an HND graduate, as a third class graduate, even 2-1 graduates and 2-2 graduates can also apply for the PGD. Really, anybody can apply for PGD, anybody. But we just feel that if you're a 2-1 graduate or a first class graduate, apply for a master's. It makes more sense for you to apply for a master's because we get to cover everything for you. But for this particular PGD, we don't pay your cost of living. That's your responsibility. It's only your tuition that our loan covers, only the tuition. But the good thing is this, is that you can work for up to 40 hours and earn good money, up to $3,000 per month, that enables you to take care of your cost of living on your own. You will not have a problem with that one at all. You'll be able to take care of yourself. And we give you a letter of support. The school also gives you a letter of support that clearly states that you are being funded by us. So that letter also backs up your application. We have a candidate that resumed this December to this same college in Canada through our support and counsel. He's currently in Canada. He has resumed on campus. And the best part is that this OCMT, they admit all year round. But there's 4 resumption timeline. 4 in a year, 4 times you can resume. So they admit all year round. The application fee to the school is about 150-something thousand naira when you convert from dollars to naira. So when you pay the membership fee, you have to pay the application fee through us, about 1something thousand naira. But of course, those are more details you get when you become a part of the network. So secondary school, like I'm saying, secondary school graduates, OND graduates, third class graduates, HND graduates, even normally university undergraduates, you can all take this diploma route. We have a proven track record in successfully taking people through this particular process. So you can do an LLM or Damilola if your LLM is focused on tech or finance. Oh, I want to study an LLM in taxation, an LLM in finance, an LLM in entrepreneurship and innovation. Yes, we'll be very happy to fund you, very happy to fund you. Flora, you're a member of the network. I wonder why on earth you will come here and ask this kind of question, Flora. Why? Flora, why? Flora, having a session on Monday for members of the network. So can you please delete your question and wait till Monday when we have the general session? When we have the general session on Monday for members of the network, so that any issue you are having, we can help you resolve those issues. This is not way for you to come and talk about your problem you are having. So you have any problem or issue on Monday, like we already said, that we're going to resume fully again those weekly 3 times activity we usually do. So for Monday, we're going to host a clarity session to help you clarify any problem you are having. So please, members of the network, this is not for you to ask questions. These are for people that want to join the network. So let me see more questions. So I guess Olo Adamilola, I've answered your question already. If we fund MSc in People Strategic Management and Resources, Sadiq, I think I already explained the UK process. I already explained it clearly, the way our UK loan works. If you're not going for an MBA or a tech-oriented course, and you're not an high income earner, you cannot get our loan. Our loans in the UK only applies to Ivy League schools, only Ivy League schools, only Oxford, London Business School, Manchester Business School, University of Cambridge, only Ivy League business schools. So when I also the end of those schools, forget it, you not get our loan. So if you want to study a human resource oriented course, come to the US. We have a course called Human Resource Analytics you can do in the US. In fact, one of our candidates, she has resumed in the US on campus, Montclair University in the US, Human Resource Analytics, STEM designated, beautiful course, beautiful course. She's currently in the US already, resumed this December too, Montclair University, MSc. As a nursing student, can I also work and study in Canada? Gifts, I think I've answered that question about working. Everybody needs to work getting our loan so they can service the interest on our loan and pay. But when you mean as a nursing student, are you currently a nursing student? If yes, are you a nursing student in a university? If yes, are you currently in 300 level? If yes, then yes, you can transfer and conclude your 4 and 500 level in the US or Canada. But if you are attending a nursing school, that's not a degree awarding university, unfortunately, we cannot give our loans to schools like that. Wale, I like what you said right now. This has been an eye-opener for you. I am pretty sure that just by attending this webinar, you've gotten enough knowledge that has gingered you. Now, imagine this time, this energy I've taken to do this. My colleagues also do this too from time to time. We don't make money from you at all until you've gotten your loan approved, until you've gotten a visa, until you've gone. So between now and then, when you have to, when the loan finally is disbursed, we have to maintain our operations. My salary has to be paid. If not, all this ginger I'm having, I'm not going to have them. The same with my colleagues. We have to assign a manager to you. There are a lot of costs associated with just ready to service you. You get access to mentoring weekly, 3 times a week. So all of those services, trust me, when you pay the money and join the platform, on your own, you will tell us that, this money I pay there is very small, though. That's the knowledge I've gotten, the value I've gotten, I don't think it's worth it. And this kind of feedback we get regularly from our candidates, that the money they pay to join the platform is not worth it compared to the value they've gotten. So just use the value you've gotten today to gauge the kind of value you will get over the next couple of months when you're part of the platform. And ask me if 25K is not even small. I know, you guys should be charging like 100K and above. So that's the major reason you pay to become a part of the network. And by paying to be part of the network, it also makes you committed because now your money is involved. You say, you know that, man, I must get value for this money I paid for. My guy, Adetayo, just go for an MBA, man. MBA, HMD, PGD, 9 years banking experience, 1 year supply. My guy, just go for an MBA in business analytics. Excellent school, excellent program. We know enough schools that we admit you consider for admission in the US. Emmanuel Jembi, what's up? Adetayo, Emmanuel, Wale, pay your membership fee, and let's get you started. The course you have admission for, Emmanuel, that's an excellent course in an excellent school. Excellent course in an excellent school. So yes, you can join the platform today and let's get you started immediately. What's the advisable course for HND mechanical engineering? Prince, my guy, you already said it now. If you are below 35 years old, I would even advise you, go for a transfer and do mechanical engineering. But if you feel that, oh, I have good work experience, I want to probably do a master's directly, then my guy, just go for a direct master's. You can go and do an MSc, maybe construction management or something connected to engineering that might not really be pure engineering. But if you are below 35 years old, I would even advise you to apply for a direct BSc, 2 years BSc as a transfer student to the US or Canada, any one of the two. If you don't have an international passport, it does not matter at all. At this stage, you don't need a passport. The best you're going to need a passport is when you're applying for your visa. And that stage is far away because you have to get admission first, get your loan approved, pay for this, pay for that, before you finally get a visa. So guys, visa matter is still far away. If you don't have a passport, your NIM or your national ID of your country is sufficient for you to get started with. Flora, God. Okay, please, can you move Flora from this meeting? Flora, you're not supposed to be in this meeting at all. Like, you're not meant to be in this meeting at all. Why come to talk about non and matters that are not supposed to be discussed here? Flora. As an HND dental technologist, am I eligible for the loan? Okay. Okay. The course studied in school does not matter to us. What matters to us is what you want to do. So what you studied in your first degree, we don't give a damn. If you like study Yoruba language or Benin Republic language or Swahili, we don't care about your first degree. What we care about most of the time is your future aspiration. What do you want to study? And oftentimes, what you want to study is informed by your work experience, by your internship experience, by your volunteer experience, by something you're passionate about that you, on your own develop knowledge for and capacity for. So your first degree does not matter at all. So long as you have that desire to want to acquire a global education, we are here to serve you. Okay, Benga, I think my colleague has answered that question. 25,000 until 31st of December. By Sunday morning, the membership fee goes up to 30K. That's our new membership fee from 2022. Just like our interest rate has gone high, that's the same we're also increasing to our membership fee. Inflation is affecting everyone. I hold the tutor in economics. I'm a certified cloud administrator and network engineer. I wish to see my technology back. Emmanuel, my guy, I love what you said, man. You said you are certified. That's it. Underline that keyword, certified. If you are certified, means you also have work experience in that field. So my guy, if you have work experience in that field, yes, apply for your cybersecurity course or cloud administrator course, whatever course you see that tallies with your career paths. Like I said before, man, your first degree does not matter to us. What matters to us is your work experience. What matters to us is your future potential based on your own aspiration. So whether it's volunteering you've done, whether it's internship you've done, or whether it's a real job you've done, my guy, it counts for something, including your certification. So yes, you can apply for that. That is what you sell to the school when you're applying to them. Now, I might be a graduate of economics, but look at the things I have done and look at where I've built my career so far. That's the major reason I want to build my competence in that field by coming to do an MSc in your school. Once you sell that, it's common sense, man. They're like, wow, if this person can do this, take these steps, this person is worth an admission in our school because it shows that they also do well. Class of background of arts education, what matters competition there for me? Let me see who has that question. So you said you are a Teddy. You're gonna ask the question. So Teddy, see, like I said initially, when it comes to people that have varied backgrounds, I cannot advise you right now here because if I'm going to advise you some personal questions I may need to ask or that your managers may need to ask you. So take that first step, Teddy. Join the platform. When you join the platform, we get to give you specific advice in tandem with your own career paths for courses you can study in, of course, US or Canada. And thank God you have an upper class. So it means US or Canada is calling on you. Off my head, I can say, oh, go for a general MBA. But I need to know, we need to know what exactly have you done so far That can now enable us advise you appropriately. So take that first step and join the platform. Oreke Oluchi, I am very sure I already said here that social work is not a commercially relevant course. Please, nobody should say anything social work. Social work is not a commercially relevant course. It is not a commercially relevant course. Yes, Chibuzo, you can start applying for admission and even applying for your loan before your passport comes out. You don't need your passport to apply for that. Health administration, okay, it's not also a commercially relevant course. And I can bet my money that the course you studied, okay, say health and HND Delta Technologist. Okay, there are a lot of other courses you can go for, but we need to first understand what your career path is. So my advice is that, okay, Oluchi, take that first step and join the platform. When you join the platform, we can advise you appropriately on what course to go for, or what course to study. My guy, promise. We have people on our platform with third class that got admission for an MBA in a very good school, and they did not write GMAT, they did not write IELTS, they did not write TOEFL. So why would you ask me this kind of question? Now, my guy, you have quality work experience now, 8 years. Is that being slow now? You're too sufficient. You don't need MBA, so you don't need GMAT or IELTS or TOEFL. You can get direct admission, yes, for an MBA in the US. Yes, that's possible, my guy. So take that first step too and become a part of the Japan network. Take that first step and join our platform. So promise, acknowledge that, of course, you understand my response. Take that first step, join the platform. Let's get you started immediately. Okay, guys, so I guess at this point, I've been able to answer a lot of our questions. This is the last. Will you stop being paid the cost of living if you get a part-time job? So, James, your cost of living money is paid to you upfront. So once you release the money, we release the money to you. So you cannot say, will you stop being paid? Once the money has been released to your school, it means that your loan has been released already. So don't depend on the fact that, oh, my cost of living, my what I earn, my take care of all my bills. No, don't. It's not bad for you to have excess, but it's worse when you don't have enough to meet your expense. So it's better for you to have excess and save. In your second year, you cannot reduce how much you need, because in this case, what will simply happen is that you can now decide that, okay, now that I have this money I've saved, though, this is only the amount I will be needing to balance what I need for my second year. So, ladies and gentlemen, what possibly can get a loan? James, if you have a bad credit history, like when I mean a bad one, like you currently have a loan in a bank that you're not paying, and they reported it to credit bureau, that's the only reason your loan can be rejected. Beyond that one, if you follow every other advice and counsel we're giving today, study commercially relevant course, follow our advice, your loan cannot be rejected. Your loan can never be rejected. But have a bad credit history, that one there, we cannot help you. Even your village people say, and then we help you at that point. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, let's start up my colleague. She'll be there, of course, to close. If you were invited from a Japa WhatsApp group, you can go back to the group. The person that invited you, tell them, oh, please give me the account number, pay a membership fee, and let's get you started immediately. So thank you very much, everyone. Do have a wonderful day. And of course, happy New Year in advance. It's been wonderful talking about the PROCONNECTPAY Japan Network in the year 2022. It's our hope that we see you in 2023, and we also help you fulfill that dream and aspiration of yours to study in the US and Canada and the UK, and in every other places, of course, where the PROCONNECTPAY loan is fully applicable. I look forward to seeing us in 2023, and I look forward, more importantly, to seeing us becoming a member of the PROCONNECTPAY network. The network, of course, where we get to groom you to become a PROCONNECTPAY academic scholar. Thank you very much. Peace out. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful afternoon. Bye.